A new season and a brand new championship at NXTGP, or NXTGP for our Dutch viewers. Welcome to Austria and welcome to the Red Bull Ring, and of course welcome to the NXTGP GT3 Cup. Yeah, this championship is all about the drivers and their talent behind the wheels. And why, I hear you say? Well, because this championship is a fixed setup, so no tampering with setups of the car. Yeah, and this means it's also a fight between man and machine, because it's all about taming those 565 horsepower beast called the Porsche 911 GT3R. Yes, indeed, it's only one car, it's only the Porsche, but it's an amazing car, and of course not to mention the sound that these cars produce, because I always get goosebumps when I hear these cars. And of course, don't forget, we have in total of 38 drivers that have signed up for this championship. So if that doesn't get your blood flowing, I don't know what will. But alright, let's more information, of course. Let's talk about the series, because qualification will start soon. It will start in about 3 minutes. And of course, we will have around 20 minutes of qualifying time, which means these drivers, of course, get plenty of time in this 4.2 kilometer circuit of the Red Bull Ring. And after that we'll have 2 races, each of 20 minutes racing time. And for race 2 there will be a top 10 reverse grid. And of course, also mentioning, we have a rolling start. So that means it's always going to be close in turn 1, because the grid has to be within 1 second length of each other. So that's going to be an amazing thing to see, of course. But enough talk, let's go to the live imaging. We can already see some imaging of the Porsches, of course, in these categories. As I said, it's GT3 Cup. It's not the cup version. It's the GT3 spec that we are going to see. Which means, as I said again, it's going to have a lot of power. So let's go to some live imaging. As we see here, Bas van Straten in the number 46 Porsche, of course 46, a number that's famous of Valentino Rossi, Il Dottore, of course. Well, he's driving a BMW, he's not driving a Porsche. But Bas van Straten is, of course, as I said. All the cars are the Porsche GT3 cars. And of course the fixed setup, so it's all about man and machine. And it's quite a lot actually to tame these cars. Of course it's GT3, so you have to do some trail braking. You can't go into it like we saw yesterday with Formula 4. You can't go with full throttle and then slam the brakes, because if you do that you will probably lock up, or the rears will lock up and you will spin the car out of control, and that's something you definitely don't want to see. But as we see now, we have 30 cars that have set a time. In total we have 33 cars. Let's see if I can fix that for you, that we have a little bit more cars. Let's see. Yeah, we can, but that's that's not going to look nice, so let's not do that. Let's stay on 30 cars on the live timing. And of course, if you have any questions, please let them know in the chat, and I'll try to answer them. But I know, for one thing for sure, it's going to be a lot, these races. So I'll try to answer them, but I can't promise if I answer them all. Switching over to Wouter Kuip. A beautiful white Porsche. At first I thought the skin wasn't loading, but it's really a white Porsche, so don't worry. This is how it's supposed to look. As we go on board with him now. It's quite a tricky corner, actually, the next corner that we are coming up. It's all downhill from here. So it's quite easy to lock the fronts up. And I already saw multiple cars drifting off here. Well, you can see it here in the gravel trap. A lot of people have hit the gravel trap. And that's not what you want to see, but luckily that's all where practice is for. The good news is we're going to qualify very soon. So the server will be now set up for the qualifying. And there we go. As I said, 20 minutes of qualifying time. That's what you will get. And now you all have to set a time. But don't forget, it's not private qualifying, as we might know from iRacing. No, as you can see, we see all the other drivers also on the track. So that's going to be a very exciting thing to watch. Because on one hand, you definitely want to have some form of slipstream. But on the other hand, if you are getting in the way, yeah, then we'll have another story. Story to tell, at least. We see here Milan van der Werf, who's driving Roxy with the golden tooth. That's very good. That's the 25 livery. Of course, famous in the IMSA Championship. Yeah, Robert Vos asks Nordschleife soon. Yeah, why not? Why not? I will say, let it know. I would love to drive at the Nordschleife. At least do some commentary work for that. Oh, there goes Milan van der Werf. And that's exactly what I meant. Well, luckily for him, we still have around 80 minutes left. So, all the time to set another lap time. But that's not the preparation you want to go into qualifying. As we look here to Damon Christent. Car number 34. One of the Skyflak teams. Skyflak, of course, a corner in Zandvoort. Where we're also going to drive, I think, if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, indeed. March the 11th, we'll be driving at Zandvoort. And after that, March 25th, we will drive at the WeatherTech Laguna Seca. So that's going to be an amazing drive as well, don't forget. And the 8th of April, that's also a nice race that we're going to have. Because we're going to drive at Daytona, but not just the sprint races. I call these races 2 times 20 minutes races. No, we're going to have a 1 hour race. Which means it's almost like an endurance race with pit stops. That's something we don't have right now. But with pit stops, with tire swaps maybe. So that's going to be an amazing race to watch. And then the 22nd of April... we'll have the finale at Circuit Spa-Francorchamps, which is also a quite tricky circuit to drive with these cars. And I'm very, very, very curious on Daytona. Sounds like a plan, Robin says. I'm in. Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. So very soon the first times will come up to the board. You see Lasse Sol. There's a purple time in sector 2. So yeah, purple means you're the quickest one in that sector. Green means you're quicker than the previous set time in that sector. And yellow, it means that you're not fast at all in that sector. Well, it's purple now, so that means the first times will get on the board. There we are. Indeed, it's Lasse Sol on P1 right now with a 1:33.96. And Nick de Show, P2 right now. Oh, there goes a car off. That's the 46. That's the car of Bas van Straten. Not what you want to see, but okay. And here we see Alex Huizinga. He just had his lap time in a 1:31.58 right now. Watch out, yeah, that's maybe a little bit use of the slipstream. That's not a bad idea actually to do. As we have Nico Schiffer, and Nico Schiffer goes to the fastest lap right now in a 1:29.985. Almost half a second quicker than Lasse Sol. Not bad at all actually, not bad at all. Lasse Sol already on the way. Also with a white Porsche. Again, no issues with the skin. And Lucas Stiefelhagen right now sets the purple sector time in the second sector. But first let's see what Sol can do. On its way to the start-finish line. Right now it's a P2. Yes indeed, it's a P2. It's a 32.22. And Stiefelhagen has a P3 right now with a 1:32.46. Let's go to Roy Castine. Our championship in the previous season. Dominated actually that season because he won both championships. He won F4 and won the Mazda MX-5 Cup. All are broadcasted here again at the NXTGP. Formula 4, something that I'm doing. Those races are every Monday, and of course also the Mazda MX-5 Cup. Those races are, if I'm not mistaken, on Thursday. Let's see. Yes, indeed. this Thursday they will be driving a Snetterton, the Snetterton 300 circuit. Can we import Honda Civics in this league? That's a very good question, actually. I don't know. I think the speed difference will be quite big, don't you think? But again, multi-class racing. Maybe that's something for next season. Multi-class racing. Let's go back to qualifying right now. We have a little bit of change, of course, in the front. It's right now Nico Schiffer P1. It's Kai Schubert on P2. Lassol P3. Lucas Stiefelhagen on P4. And Roy Castien P5. And Kevin van Dijken sets it on P6. No, it's going to be P7 because, let's see, it's Eddie Callis who sets it now on P4. Great time from him. And Roy Castien has a purple sector, but doesn't improve quite a lot. As we also have here, let's see, that's Yuri, indeed, Yuri Verswijveren. Let's see what he's going to do. No time for him yet. We should go on board with him. Let's watch a lap. And let's see if we can get some live timing with it. Have to search for that, one moment. There it is. Top speed of 233 kilometers an hour. Fortunately, we can't see the live timing, can't see the sector times right now. Right now, everybody we see sets yellow sector times, which means they're much lower than they previously set their own sector times. Except for Richard Schouten, green. So if you look like IndyCar, green. Leon Kaldijk also all green. And Kaldijk sets it in P23 right now. Again, it looks like Yuri has another off track. Of course, if you do that, it means you will not set any lap time, because your sector time will get deleted. As we see here, Gulian Sorvilo. P6 right now, and it's going to stay with P6. The answer is yes, it does. 1:33.13 is his time. Better ball, of course, P6. As you see here, Lucas Stiefelhagen, who's going into the pit lane right now. He's going for some new slicks and to see if he can improve his lap time. You can see it in lifetime, of course, 8,000 of seconds between him and Kalis. So all space, of course, to improve for. Right now we're on board with Kai Schubert. On his way, of course, for his qualifying lap time. It's a little bit more than a tenth of a second between him and Schiffer. To the last sector, warming up his tires a little bit. Oh, this is so dangerous. These are the places where you can really mess up your lap time with the cut track. We've seen it all the time, of course, in Formula 1. If you go over that line, if you go over the curb, your lap time will be deleted. Let's see what he can do now. Into the first turn. Getting a little bit slipstream. Except the car in front, of course, is weaving. Also needs to warm its tires. Into the third corner. Easy on the throttle, that's the most important thing here to do, because you can lose the rear so easily there. Watch out that you don't lock up the fronts. Doesn't happen, that's of course the good news. Yeah, let's see what times he's going to set. Also Nico Schiffer is on his way. Lost Soul just set a 1:32.37. The quickest lap time of Soul is a 1:30.22, so not improving. Talking about improving, oh, we gotta watch out there! Oh, that's so close, that's so close! I think Schubert's lap time will be screwed up there, pardon my French. Yes, it will, unfortunately. So no improvement there for Kai Schubert. Yes, Julian Sorvilo just set a third lap time in a 1:13.182. And also Kelvin van Dijken. 1:34.29. We're almost at, we are not almost, we are over the halfway point of this qualifying. A little bit more or less than 8 minutes to go. And we see Ewout van Kruisen slamming his brakes. Is he going to look for a slipstream? Maybe for his teammate or something like that? That's very slow driving of him right now. See here, Andre de Brouwer going a little bit too wide. That's what you get if you want your lap time deleted. And again, also here, that's definitely a deletion of your lap time. Kai Schubert, again, purple in sector 2. Oh, that's very close, that's very close. Is he going to complete the lap time? Yes, he does, but still not good enough. Question? No, it's not good enough. 20 hundredths of a second. 1:30.006. It's not enough. It's not enough. Where is Schiffer? Where is Schiffer? There's Schiffer. Oh my goodness. It's quite traffic there, but he's in front of it. Let's see what he can do. Behind, they're already fighting. It's not a race, guys. It's not a race yet. We go on board with Nico Schiffer. Simon van der Schaik sets a 8th lap time right now. 8th position. Watch out for traffic. No issue at all there. That's a good news. A little bit of slipstream there. You have to get a little bit closer if you want to fight for the slipstream. Right now, all the sector times in yellow. So we're going to focus on Schiffer right now. Schubert. Green in sector 3, but still not enough. Schiffer, yellow sector 1, yellow sector 2. Maybe he can find a little bit of the slipstream now. Let's see what he can do. His lap time right now is a... No, it's not enough. It's a 31. That's not enough. Less than 5 minutes remaining. There is still time. Now we can use the slipstream. Bas van Straten just set the P14 time, 1:35.38. It's quite busy right now on the track. Which means finding a gap is harder and harder. Oh, that's too much. That's way too much for Kai Schubert. Who goes into the travel. In the gravel. in the gravel trap. Sorry. And he parks the car. Let's see what La Sol can do. The number 15 Porsche. Now Robin Vaesen wants to bring his own Honda to do some front row seat rides of seat sightseeing. Seat sightseeing. I'll say that 5 times quickly. Find me, then I'll take my Mazda. Let's see who's quicker. By the way, I don't have an MX-5, I just have a Mazda 3. It is a newest generation though, with the Skyactiv X block. 2 liters. 185 horsepower. Which is not a fifth of what these cars have. Anyway, still yellow sector times. Very curious what La Sol can do. Let's wait to the last corner right now. Start finish. See what's going to happen here. Nothing. Which means I think Sol is now starting starting the lap time. Here we have Schiffer. Oh, who's going off there? I think it was the show who went off there. Big crash there. Let's see. Yes, indeed, indeed. That's deliberate. That's not an accident. That was deliberate. Anyway, 2 minutes remaining in this qualifying. Who will get pole position? Will it be Nico Schiffer? Will it be Kai Schubert? Or will it maybe be even Julian Sorvelo? It's not a quick time for Schiffer. Let's see. It was a 31. It's 2/10 off. But maybe that was just to warm up the tires. That's also a possibility. No, I do not have an MX-5. I wish I have. I wish I had. I've got a Mazda 3. And I'm not allowed to say that it looks cooler because I know there are quite some DNT drivers here. And also we'll get an argument with Ben de Boer. So I will not say that that my Mazda 3 looks cooler than an MX-5. Sorry, Bente. Kai Schubert also sector of first. Yeah, no. I thought it was purple sectors. No, there were yellow sectors. As we go on board again with Nico Schiffer. Last chance. It's green in sector 2. That's a good thing. That's a good thing for Schiffer. But will it be enough for an improvement of his time? Nico Schiffer on his way to the start finish. Does he improve? The answer is no, he does not improve. And of course it's iRacing, which means if the clock hits 20 minutes, it means the qualifying is over. No finishing your lap time. And there we go, qualifying is over. And it's Nico Schiffer on pole position and Kai Schubert on the second place. And after that it's Julian Sorvelo and Lucas Stiefelhagen on P3 and P4. Yes, we even can see a profile picture of Nico Schiffer. Look at that. Didn't know if that was possible, but it was possible. Good to know, good to know. We're getting ready for the race. Of course, it's a 20-minute race. It's a rolling start. Don't forget that. And it's going to be a very excited race, of course, into turn 1. because we have a rolling start, we can show you the grid. Here we go, the starting grid. So it's Schiffer on P1 and Schubert P2. Then it's Julian Sorvilo on P3 and Lucas Stiefelhagen on P4. Lasse Sol, that's the one on P5, and P6 is for Eddie Carlis. Roy Castien on P7 and Tymon Scheik on P8. Justin Clerc on P9 and Ewout van Kruisen on P10. 11th is for Kelvin van Dijken and the 12th place is for Las Deters. If we look to the next grid. There we go. P13 for Robert Horn and P14 for Bas van Straten. 15th position for Brian Bernardus and Arwen Wagemakers on 16th position. Nick de Shaw P17 and Wouter Kuip on P18. Roel van Zandt op P19 and 20th is for André de Brouwer. 21 for Kim de Korte and 22 for Damon Christians. And the 23rd position is for Remo Kooi and P24 is for Alex Huizinga. Then we got the 25th position for Yuri Verswijveren and P26 is for Leon Kaldijk. 27th is for Bas Knotter and P28 is for Felim Ifra, excuse me. 29th is for Brad Pickett and Milan van der Werf. We find him on P30. 31 for Ross Young and 32 for Jamie Tekula. And number 33 for Richard Schouten. And that's the grid. 33 cars. It's going to be an amazing race to watch. And especially if you look at the weather. It's beautiful weather, 80 degrees outside. Track temperature of 31 degrees. There is a Formula 1 driver who always says about these things, and he's called them simply lovely. And this is a simply lovely weather, absolutely. This is the last moment for the drivers, of course. Got to get the brake temperatures right on. Tire temperatures has to be spot on. And that's exactly what's happening now. Who will be the quickest? Who will be the fastest in race 1? Will it be Nico Schiffer? Will it be Kai Schubert? Or will it be somebody outside of the top 10 maybe? A lot of questions, of course, and a lot of answers that will be given in the upcoming 20 minutes. It's going to be a 17-lap race. Which means lap 17 of 17 will be the white flag. And after that, of course, it's the flag that everybody knows about, the checkered flag. The safety car is going in. It's Schiffer now who has to manage the tempo. And has to manage the pace. 2025, the GT3 challenge, the GT3 Cup. It's go, go, go right now. And it's immediately an amazing start from Nico Schiffer, and Kai Schubert has to put right now back in second position. As we go into turn 1, and it's always, oh, someone's going off there. Someone's going off there. It's Wouter Kuip who went off. Looks like the damage is minimal. Oh, we've got some more damage right there. We see a rear wing on the track. As we're going on the way to the third corner. A little bit of bumper draft. A little bit bumper to bumper contact. That's not an issue, but you have to watch out, of course, because these Porsches have the cooling right in front of the bumper. Or right rear of the front bumper, I must say. So you have to watch out what you're doing. You don't want to damage the car quite early on. Oh, somebody hits the gravel trap. Luckily no biggies. That's a great start for Robert van Hoorn. He managed to get up 3 places, and also Roel van der Sand managed to get up 6 places right now. And we got some damage left and right. Yes, indeed, it's Armin Wagemakers who hit the gravel. Did he hit the wall? I don't think he did. At least I don't see that much damage. Let's see what happens with him. Yeah, it already happened here. Was there contact? No, I don't think there was contact. Also no contact with the wall. No, it wasn't. Lucky him. Lucky him. Oh, we have Bas Knotter who went off. And we also have Milan van der Werf. With a lot of damage on the car. Missing the front end. Has to come in now. Also some wheel damage I see. It's going to be a long pit stop for him. There we go. I just want to say, or they might have a quick repair, which they have. That's a good thing. So it's not a long pit stop for him. That's a good thing. Right now here with the chopper cam. Still Nico Schiffer on P1. Kai Schubert P2 and Julian Sorvilo on P3. And then there's a little gap to Lucas Stiefelhagen. And also the 5th place of Eddie Carles. So it's on small incidents. That's good news. No big crashes. Not unlike in the F4 yesterday where we had some big offs. As we see Yuri Verswijveren actually falling back right now. Also Remco Kooi. Let's see what happened there. Verswijveren loses the rear of the car, and oh my goodness, that's a big hit. And I think that was indeed the car of Remco Kooi. Yes, indeed, it was. So Verswijveren who loses the car. Yeah, and taps off the front bumper of Remco Kooi, and that's Remco Kooi in the barriers. Unfortunately, big damage to the car. And they both will need to have a trip through the pit lane. Oh, look at this, 3 thick! My goodness! It's a mates fight for P8. Justin Clark loses it. No, it's Tijmen van Schaik who loses it. Let's go through the gravel trap. He can continue, that's a good thing for him. No big damage. There's some little damage to his ego and some losing of positions. Yeah, there are fights everywhere right now. And it looks like Kai Schubert has put the pedal to the metal. Slowly but steady, moving in on his teammate. So we're on board here now with him. Remco Kooi goes in the pit lane right now to repair his car. Was a little tap from André de Brouwer. That's on car number 5, and that's the car of Tijmen van Schaik. Van Schaik puts the car between those, between the car of de Brouwer and the show. And behind that is the 32. And that's the car of Kim de Korte. as we are on board right now with the Korte. It looks like Tim van Schaik had a slowdown. Oh, look at the jump there. The jump off the show. Tim van Schaik right now in the attack mode. Comes right on the inside, on the inside, on the inside. Little tap. And did not manage to make it stick. And you also have to watch out now for the 34 here of Damon Christen. Because last lap time of Christen was a 131.2. And Tim van Schaik, of course, was that 136.7. Ooh, van Schaik. A little bit too wide there. As we're back with Brian Benarens, excuse me. And we got a crash. I've got a report of a crash, and it was Nick de Show who crashed. I think it was a spin more than a crash. At least I don't see any big damage on the car. Let's see what happens there. Back in the replay right now. And I think that's what's called slamming the brakes. Yeah, indeed. Oh! That was very close there. Very, very close. We almost had a big accident. Luckily, everyone made it out okay. As we see Van Straten right now on an attack mode. Or not attack mode, but under attack. That's Brad Pickett in front in the green car. Number 33. Managed to gain 7 positions right now. That's very good for him. Bas van Straten goes the other way around. Loses, he lost 8 positions in terms of his starting position. Is he going to try it here? No. And the only thing you can do now is wait, and also try to manage to get the slipstream back to work. Let's see what happens as we go to turn 1. Right now on start-finish line. Ready for the attack. There we go. On the inside, no. Exit is good. Exit is good. Oh, watch out, watch out. Small bump there. A beautiful fight. This is what we see here. Can Pickett's come back? Oh, he tries. Yeah, that looks good. Respectfully driven. Respectfully driven. We see here a fight with La Sol. It's for P7. Behind Sol, it's A1 van Kruisen. As we go on board with him. Oh, that was so close! Oh my goodness! It's Justin Clerc. No, it's La Sol who goes into the pit lane. Which I think needs a drive-through penalty. Or maybe a stop and go. That's also a possibility. I only see 2 off tracks. Maybe something else that was going on here. We see a fight with Ifra and the show. Ifra in the 24 car, the show in the 36 car. Ifra still on the outside. Back to the inside. He's going to brake later. Oh my goodness. So close. And now it's there Leon Kalwijk who's full on the attack. But the gap is too big. It's not possible yet. Not possible yet. It's going to take some patience right now. And maybe Kalwijk is thinking, well, if the show and Ifra are just fighting against each other, maybe I can... they can take each other off and I can say thank you very much and goodbye. Well, that's not the situation right now, of course. Right now on the inside. Kalwijk on the inside. Kalwijk on the inside. And he makes it stick. Yes, but that was a little bit off track. And that was also way off track. I don't see a slowdown, so that's a good news for him. Which means he can still fight on. Here we see Kevin van Dijken in the number 6 car, the Red Bull livery car. I think because it's white, I might have to say the Racing Bull livery. And I'm very lucky I can say Racing Bulls because the name Visa Cash App RB of last year, way too much if you ask me. Racing Bulls, I love that name. And I also love the livery actually they come up with. But like the 2021, I believe, the Turkey livery of the Red Bull cars. On board with Roy Castine. For him, last daters. You're not gonna do it there, he says. All he needs is a good exit now. On the way to turn 1. Making the slipstream work. Going on the inside. Castine going on the inside. Is he going to make it stick? Yeah, great job indeed. Great job from Castine. But now, revanche from Lost Daters. In the slipstream. I think the gap is a little bit too big. What he's going to do with the dive bomb? No. And so is it Roy Castine who gets P12? As we are right now on board with Ewout van Kruisen. Right now on P7, don't forget, that means it's P3. We have the top 10 reverse for race number 2. Oh, it's a gravel there. Watch out for that. You don't want to carry all that dirt in the next couple of corners. Because then the car will understeer as a madman. And that's what I meant. Yeah, Roy Castine has the pace right now. On the attack on Kelvin van Dijken. And he already managed to make it stick before turn 1. But it looks like the exit of van Dijken is a little bit better. See what he can do. On his way to turn 3. This little kink here is called turn 2. On the outside, that's a difficult one to do. Maybe the crisscross. No, back in the slipstream. Can he make the overtake stick? He was thinking about it. It's such a difficult corner to make here a good pass. And so also for Kevin van Dijk right now is playing the waiting game. But for how long, of course, because we still have 6 laps to go. The show just lost some places. What happened there? Let's see in the replay. Oh, we lost the car. That's why. Because I think the internet connection of Damon Kristen is not not the best right now. Oh man, quite a moment there for Nick de Shaw. Almost lost the rear of the car there. No issues whatsoever for Nico Schiffer. Started P1, still P1. Teammate Kai Schubert behind him. Started P2, still P2. And behind there is Gulian Sorvilo. Started P3. And guess what? Still P3. And for P4 there is a fight going on between Eddie Carles and Lucas Stiefelhagen. As we are back on board with Stiefelhagen. The gap is too big for a good slipstream into turn 1. If you can manage to get a good exit, maybe the slipstream around turn 3 for an overtake. Which is not the case. Because you see the car of Carlos getting smaller and smaller. Back to the fight between Damon Christent and Nick de Shaw. Christent says no. De Shaw now on the inside. On the inside of turn 3. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. But the exit is a little bit less. The exit of Christent is better. Christent on the inside. Christent gets pushed on the grass even. Can he make it stick now? On the inside, on the inside. The show still on the outside. Still on the outside. And indeed, Kristen gets P16 back. Shaw needs a good exit. As we see the top speed here. .230, .233. Now we need to have a good exit. Unfortunately not the case. That was Schiffer, who almost hits the gravel trap there. Still 3 more laps to go. And the gaps are getting a little bit smaller and smaller. But the good news is, right as of right now, we didn't have a big incidents, especially in the beginning of the race. We see a lot of clean driving. That's a good thing to see, of course. on the inside, back on the inside, back on the inside. Oh, I just said clean driving. No, no, no. I just said clean driving. It was Koldijk who got punted almost. By, I think it was indeed Brian Bernard. Let's go back to the replay. This is Leon Koldijk. Did he also lose the car then? It's not the wasn't the incident I was referring to, but or was this a little tap? Yes, it was indeed a little tap. Oh, and there he lost the front. And oh my goodness, what a crash of Leon Koldijk. A major incident there. And that's why we lost him indeed. And that's why he went to the pit lane. I did not see that coming. I thought it was just a small bump. Well, that was a major incident. And for Koldijk, that was race over indeed. Ifra on Kim de Korte. And Ifra takes back P19 from de Korte. And also for P3 is starting to get very interesting because it's Sorvillo. Last lap time, let's see what he does. A 33 and Carlos a 33 also. Which means the fight for P3 is not done yet. No, excuse me, sorry, it's Carlos and Stiefhagen, of course. I'm making it more interesting than it is. The yellow car, here we see the yellow car indeed of Sorvillo. Stiefhagen flashing his lights. Trying to intimidate there, Carlos. Looks like he's not having of it. Oh, with a spin there. That's the spin of Lost Daters. Falling back right now to P15. And here we have Nico Schiffer going into his last lap. White flag is out. And the gap is a little bit bigger now between Carlos and Stiefhagen, as they also go into their final lap of race 1, of course. Still have a second race to go. Defending line there of Carlos, and Stiefhagen now tries it on the outside. Back on the inside. See if we can make the slipstream work now. As we are on board on the outside now. It's a difficult way to pass here. On the outside. Still on the outside. Watch out there. A little tap from Carlos. It's not enough. Just a couple more corners to go for Nico Schiffer. Same goes for Kai Schubert, his teammate. One more corner to go. From start to finish, Nico Schiffer wins race number 1 for Kai Schubert, and then Guillaume Sorvillo. He completes the top 3. And then we have a fight there, still going on between Carlos and Stiefhagen, but it's Carlos P4, P5 for Stiefhagen. And Justin Clerc P6. Strata still in fight here with Chris Tant. It's going to remain a P17 for Damon Christant and P18 for Bas van Straten. And here we have the last man on the lead lap. Remco Kooi. Who, in my timing, set the fastest fastest top speed with 289 kilometers an hour. Well, I can tell you that that's definitely not something that's right. Unless he got in a cannon or something like that and got shot from there. Because I know these Porsches go fast, but not that fast. Through the last corner, Remco Kooi in P28, the last man on the lead lap. And there he is, over start finish. And that also means we have got... Let's see if we can put it right here. No, that's not what I meant. There we go, indeed. The results of race number 1. There we go. Sorry about that. Nico Schäfer wins race 1. Kai Schubert P2 and the third place for Julian Sorvillo. Then we have Eddie Kalis, Lucas Stievelhagen, Justin Clerk, Ewout van Kruisen, Robert Horn, Brian Bernardens, excuse me. P10 for Roy Castien, which means he will have the reverse pole position for race number 2. Kelvin van Dijk in P11. Then Roel van Sant, André de Brouwer, Tijmen Schaik, Lasse Deters, Nick de Show, Damon Christent, Bas van Straat on P18. As we go to the next list. And we have P19 for Velim Ifra, Kim de Kort on P20, Brad Pickett P21, Wouter Kuip P22, Alex Huizinga P23, Ros Jong on P24, Bas Knotter on P25 and Jamie Tekula on P26. Then we have Remco Kooi on P27 and the 28th for Yuri Verswijveren. And we also have a list behind that. It's Lassol on P29, 30th for Leon Kaldijk, 31 for Alwin Wagenmakers, 32 for Milan van Werf and Richard Schouten on 33. So that's the results of race number 1. We're going to get ready for race 2, of course. And we're going to see if we have some live imaging for that. Yes, we do. It's Bas van Straten who's already on its way. As we can see, 5 minutes remaining in this warm-up session. So it's time for to get a little bit of drink and maybe even some popcorn. Because race 2 is going to be an exciting one. Diana, you ask, are these cup cars? No, these are the GT3 cars. Because they look more plated and racy than normal. It's because they have quite some more downforce than the cup cars. So again, that gives me some time to talk about the calendar. Today, of course, February 25th, we are on the Red Bull Ring. Every other Tuesday there will be a race. March the 11th. That will be on Circuit Zandvoort. And then March 25th, the WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. Of course, with the corkscrew in these cars. It's always exciting to see. Then the 8th of April. Take a note of that. The 1 hour of Daytona with these cars. Indeed, a sort of endurance race. Which means it's going to be a completely different strategy than this one. It's going to have pit stops, tire changes, fuel, you name it. And then the 22nd of April, the finale on the Circuit Spa-Francorchamps. And Robin says the cup cars will go straight into turn 1. Yeah, absolutely. We haven't actually talked, of course, about the prizes. We have still 1 minute to go until we go for race 2. Of course, the winner of race 1 will get 100 euros. The one who becomes second in the championship, 75 euros. And P3 for 40 euros. Then the one who will finish P4 gets a free car of choice. And P5 a free track of choice. And P6, 7 and 8 in the championship will get the free entry for next season. So it's all to fight for, of course. The question is it still possible to join a single race or fully championship possible? Yeah, absolutely. I would say go join our Discord and ask Oliver. Oliver is, of course, our, well, let's call him managing director of the whole iRacing competition with NXTGP. So I would say join our Discord channel. It's also a lovely channel, actually, with all lovely people. As the clock hits 5 minutes, which means one thing. We're going to race for race number 2. And there we go. It's still waiting, of course, until the first car hits the grid. And that's exactly what happens right now. Slowly but steady, everybody drops on the grid position. And I hear somebody revving. It's not the best idea to do right now. Because I know from own experience you can blow up the engine in iRacing. And there we go. Or not. Alright, let's get the starting grid right now. It's Roy Castine on P1. It's Brian Bernards on P2. Robin Horn on P3. And fourth position is for Ewout van Kruisen. Then behind them we have Justin Clerk, Lucas Stiefelhagen, Eddie Gales, Julian Sorvilo, Kai Schubert and Nico Schiffer, of course, the winner of race 1. Then on 11th position we have Kevin van Dijken and Roel van der Sand on P12. And on P13 we have André de Brouwer, Timon Scheik on P14. Behind him is Lasse Deters, Nick de Shaw, Damon Christens, Bas van Straten and Velim Ifra. Kim de Kort on P20, Brad Pickett on P21 and Wouter Kuijp behind him. On 23 we have Alex Huizinga and Ross Young on 24th. And 25 we have Bas Knotter. 26 it's Jamie Takula. Raymond Kooi on 27. 28 is Yuri Verswijveren. 29 is Lars Sol. And the 30th is for Leon Kaldijk. Behind him it's Alwin Wagemakers in 31. 32 for Milan van der Werf and 33 for Richard Schouten. And those are all the cars on the starting grid. 33 cars are going to make out who will win race number 2. We saw in race 1 that Roy Castine was quite aggressive. Of course, the question is, what is Brian Bernards going to do about it? Yeah, don't mind the tower, of course, right now, because everybody is, of course, going throttle and braking to get some heat up in the brakes and in the tires. You can't overtake until the green flag is shown. Still Roy Castine on P1. Let's get the position back, of course. If you don't do that, I think it means that Bernards will get a penalty. The safety car is going in. Roy Castien, Brian Menaars, Robert van Hoorn, Ewout van Kruijsen. That's the top 4. Lucas Stievenhagen on P5. As we are racing, and it's a quite early start there for Roy Castien. It's a very early start for him, but he's managed to make it stick. As we go into the first corner. No crazy stuff right now. Indeed, no big damage. That's a good thing to see. Indeed, everybody is still on the way. Ewout van Kruijsen was looking at Robert van Hoorn. Could not make it stick. Flashing of lights in the back. No issues there. Yes, Ewout van Kruijsen hits there. Does he hit? Yes, he does indeed hit. Oh, Robert van der Hoorn's falling back right now into the gravel trap. And that might be a penalty coming on. Also, oh, we got a crash there in the back. And I think it's Ross Young who crashed. No, it wasn't. It was Jamie Terkula, was it? Excuse me. Who's letting all sorts of gravel on the track right now. No damage there. Yeah, he's got some damage on the back. Well, he's got quite some damage on the back. Can't imagine that car wants to drive straight. First lap completed. Roy Castien on P1. Brian Menaars on P2. And Ewout van Kruijsen on P3. And look who's come up already to P4. It's Julian Sorvilo, the P3 of race number 1. Who immediately wants to go on the attack. Full on the attack on Ewout van Kruijsen. Also Lucas Stievenhagen wants to involve in this battle. Ooh, on the outside, on the outside. He's going to lose a position. Try to attack. Oof, so. That's quite a hit there. Stievenhagen looks like he's going to take over P5. He's going to go for P3. No, not yet. But he managed to get P4. Look at the gravel already on that corner. That's quite some gravel. Something that iRacing has implemented a couple of updates ago. And let's face it, it looks quite nice, but if you want to drive on it, you really can hear the gravel stones on your car. They make that ticking sound, just like in real life. As well, the guy is looking for a fight with Valim Ifra. On the inside, on the inside, on the inside, they touch, and Ifra loses it. No! He managed to keep it. That's quite a nice nice save from Ifra. As we see Milan van der Werf again with some damage. Question. Let's go for some new tires. Car goes up, car goes down. It looks like he's got some damage to repair at least. As we look back to the fight for P10 between Kelvin van Dijken and André de Brouwer. De Brouwer here and with car number 8. Oh, look at that. It goes on the inside. That's quite a nice move. I think something happened with Yuri Verswijveren because he lost quite some positions. As we see it here again in the slow-mo. Oh, he goes back, he loses the car and hits the guardrail, indeed. And that's quite some damage. And there goes the tank slapper and quite a hefty knock there. Where in 2014, it was Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso met each other. And we also have another crash. That's from André de Brouwer. Here we see him. Back to P20. The battle for P2 is officially on now. P3, excuse me. And we got some issues in the back. Oh my goodness, that's Robert van Hoorn again! And another one who goes off. That's number 7 car. That's number 7 of... let's see, the 07. That's Richard Schouten. And we've got quite some cars now with some big damage. What happened there? That's the 32 car. And the 323 who hit each other. Yeah, and that's where you lose the back end. But does he get hit? Is that the issue? Does he get hit? Oh my god, he got... Oh, no, he does get hit indeed. That's by the 33. That's Brad Pickett who hit him. And another hefty hit there. And that's quite some damage indeed for Raymond Kooi. And that's definitely got to be repaired. And I doubt we will see him again. Back to the fight for the leading position. If you look at the lap times, Roy Castine with 33 excuse me. And the 34 for Brian Bernard. Well, it's not a driver actually. It's André de Brouwer? No. He's back in the timing. I thought we lost him. Roel van der Sand right now with the fight on Gulian Sorvilo. Still side by side. No, excuse me, that's Stiefelagen on Kai Schubert. Excuse me for that. It's of course the 11 and the 14 who are fighting with each other. The blue car and the red car. On board with Guy Schubert. Of course, we managed to get P2 in the first race. Now fighting for 4th position with Lucas Stiefelagen. All he needs now is a good exit. The last corner. And make the slipstream work. Yeah, I don't think it's. I think the gap is too big right now. For a launch in turn 1. Understeer. And the exit is quite okay. At least he can make his slipstream now work. Which side are you going to choose? Inside or outside? He's choosing the inside. Braking later. And the P14 back in P4. But Stiefelagen exit is a little bit better right now. On board, and this is bumper drafting, ladies and gentlemen. Trying on the outside. It's a difficult corner to pass. Unless you want to crash, of course. Then go for it. Stiefelagen wants to take revenge, of course, for the overtake. Next up, Schubert is a little bit better. And Stiefelagen right now, watch it. That was very close. That's quite close indeed. And Sorvilo is also trying to get the lead on Stiefelagen. And also the same thing actually what we saw in race 1. The middle part of the race, the gaps are getting a little bit bigger and bigger. Until the end of the race. And that's where everybody is buckled up again. As we see Brad Pickett in the pit lane with quite some damage on the front of his car. Of course he had this that major hit with, I believe it was of course Robert van Hoorn. I think it was a pit. Yeah, indeed. It wasn't a pit stop. That was a drive-through penalty that he had to take. Steve Verlagen losing a position right now to Guillaume Sorvilo. Oh, in the gravel trap. And he's not happy with that, flashing with his lights. Also in the back, it's here Schiffer, the winner of race number 1, who is in fight with Roel van Sant. And this also shows it's not quite easy to overtake with these cars. Oh, watch out, watch out! Quite some understeer there for Roel van Sant. Can he manage to make a stick in turn 1? Is he going to try it in turn 1? No, he's not. A little bit Wibliwowski of the show. And Schiffer's going to try it now on the inside. The show immediately, of course, in the slipstream. And Schiffer on the inside. A little bit bumper trap, but Roel van Sant is taking his position back actually. And so we see quite a hefty fight there. Oh, that's another tap. That's another tap. And Schiffer on the outside, Van Sant on the inside. Do they touch each other again? Yes, they do. And Schiffer almost loses his car. And on the outside now, the show on the outside, which becomes the inside. Oh, Schiffer immediately retaliates with a nice move, pushing the car on the outside, and we see now that Carlos can provide for that. It's quite a hefty fight there, if I may say so myself. And the Show's not going to try it in the next corner. Question? No, he's not. See here the fight still left and right. Schiffer now trying on Roel van Sant on the outside. Oh, that's another tap he's giving him. And Van Sant staying on the inside. Just have to brake later. I'm curious who gets the better exit right now. Still next to each other. Still next to each other. Another bump and another bump. Keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean. Schiffer on the outside. You know what's going to happen. Well, we don't see any gravel be spitting up, so that's a good thing. Still on the outside. Oh, that's another tap. That's another tap from Sant, and Schiffer is done with it. Takes on the inside. And managed to make a stick now for P7. Another crash from Raymond Coy. Let's see what happens with him. Too hefty on the curbs, maybe. Too late on the brakes. Oh no, he's just going straight on and parks the car there. And that's the reason why he's now back in the pit lane. 7 laps to go. In what we can call a very interesting first round of the GT3 Cup. As we see here, Eddie Carlos, the next car who's knocking on the door of Roel van Sant. And also Nick de Show wants to have a piece of that. And Cal van Dijk in his fight with Bas van Straten. We are on board right now with Kelvin van Dijken. Oh, he taps him, he loses control of the car. No, Calvin van Dijken loses control and is going to apply for a job for the Bottas lawnmower company. If you remember that from a couple of years ago. And if you don't, please Google it after this race, of course. Kai Schubert has found his way back to Ewout van Kruisen. Oh, that's a good exit, by the way. That's a very good exit for Schubert. But it goes right now to the inside. Is he going to make it stick? That's a big question right now. You lose some exit speed there. And we see it immediately because Ewout van Kruisen still in the slipstream. Right now looking on board with him. The outside is not the best way to go for. And that's something he also knows. Of course, Ewout van Kruisen, the manager of the big Schijfvlak racing team. And everybody who knows Zandvoort knows Schijfvlak. There's quite some drivers from this racing team. To show in his attack on Eddie Carlos. On the inside. Ooh. Looks a little bit loose there on the entry. Looks what happens now. Off the Cookie Monster helmet, by the way, on the 27 of Eddie Carlos. Los Daters on the outside. We cannot make a 3 wide into this corner. That's going to be a difficult one to do. Oh, watch out. Quite aggressive move there from Bas van Straten. Who's actually looking for to take a position. Back on the outside. It's also Roel van der Sand in the light blue and orange car. Which reminds me of the Golf colors, of course. We lost somebody. It's Tijmen van Schaik who we lost. Let's see in the replay what happened there. It was the last car in this group. Oh, it's the 46 who loses it. Excuse me. It's Bas van Straten who loses the car. And Tijmen van Schaik, yeah, he just hits the car because he couldn't go anywhere. Luckily everybody managed to get out of the gravel trap and everybody's back on the track. That's a good thing. As again we lost Tijmen van Schaik, who's going into the pit lane right now. At least for or retiring the car. Looks like it because he's out. Or try to repair the car. Right now, quickest lap time of Nico Schiffer in a 1:29.91. Everybody in front of him is driving in the 30s. Yes, we are on board right now with Schiffer of the ZRZ Simsport team. Again, of course, the winner of race 1. There's a little bit of a harder time in race 2. That's one thing for sure. And here we see Justin Clerc in the attack on Andre de Brouwer. And it's there Kelvin van Dijken, who goes a little bit wide there. As we have 3 laps left. On board here with Justin Clerc. He's going to make a stick on the inside. No, that's going to be widely defended by de Brouwer. Just try it on the outside. Getting the better exit. That's what he does. That's what he does. Now on the inside. It's going to be the inside also for the next corner. The 62. He's going to make it stick. Is he going to make it stick? Yes, he does. Amazing move there from Justin Clerc. And Brouwer has been putting back now because also Kelvin van Dijken on the outside. And oh, who's that? That's the number 1. That's Wouter Kuip. What happened there with him? Does he do it on his own? Or did he get some help? No, he did not get some help. Way too quick into the corner. Way too quick into the corner. And luckily nobody hits him. That's a good thing. It's a new fight with Schiffer and Stiefelhagen. Schiffer on the outside. Stiefelhagen on the inside. And that's a little bit too deep. Which means the exit of Stiefelhagen is a little bit better. And Schiffer has to try it again. Just got reports of Roy Castine who went off track. That's a very interesting one. As we still see the fight here. It's the 30 of Stiefelhagen now on the outside. Which becomes now the inside. And he managed to make it stick for P6 right now. Let's see what happened with Roy Castine. Was it a small mistake or a big mistake? Oh, that's quite a big mistake actually. Luckily without any issues. Kaldijk and Knotter are in fight with each other. It's the fight for 19th position. Between the number 12 of Leon Kaldijk and the number 998 for Bas Knotter. Also Rox Young is closing in quite fast actually. Which is quite logical because he's almost half a second faster than the guys in front. Carlos in fight with the show. Carlos on the inside, and oh, they managed to hit each other. And I think it's Status who's the lucky one in this fight. Who also has some damage on the right side of his car. And indeed, the show demoted to P10 right now. Schubert right now closing in on Benarens. Last lap it was almost a half a second that Schubert was quicker. And we also see it in the lap times now. Gap is lower than half a second. Final lap is out. The white flag is out, which means we do have the final lap right now. One more lap to go for Roy Castine, for Brian Benarens. And also this guy Schubert. Schubert on board with him right now. It's a good exit, that's all what he needs. Yeah, the exit is meh. Trust me, he's full on the attack, but where is he going to make it stick? Not many laps to go. Oh, watch out, Bernardens. That was a little bit too wide. Oh, we got Datus in the gravel trap. And somebody else? I don't think so. Anyway, he's already flashing with his headlights right now. Roy Castine in the last corner. Roy Castine wins race number 2. And is it going to be Bernardens or Schubert? It's going to be Bernardens on P2 and Schubert on P3. And Schiffer still in fight. Schiffer still in fight. Oh, 31 thousandths of a second. But still P6. We've got some fights still left and right going on. Like this one. With the Ross Young and Leon Kaldijk. Ross Young now on the outside. He's going to make it stick in the single of last corner. On the outside, on the outside. Oh, it's because Knotter is going. No, Leon Kaldijk, so excuse me, is going into the pit lane. That's why. And let's see. I think everybody's now managed to finish. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What an exciting race that was. And that means for the last time we're gonna see the results of the feature race, which was quite an impressive race as well. As we're going to show the results right now, and there they are. It's Roy Castine who wins. It's Brian Bernardens on P2 and Kai Schubert on P3. Then Julian Sorvila on the 4th position, and behind him it's Ewout van Kruisen. Nico Schiffer, the winner of race 1, managed to get a P6 in race 2. Lucas Stiefelagen on P3 and Eddie Kalis on P4. Roel van der Zand on P9 and P10 is for Justin Clerc. Then we got on the 11th position Kelvin van Dijken, and behind him it's André de Brouwer, Nick de Show, Kim de Korte, Damon Christens and Bas van Straten. Then on the 17th position it's Wouter Kuip and P18 is for Bas Knotter. As we continue to the next grid, the next positions, it's Ross Young on P19, the 20th position of Alex Huizinga and 21 of Felim Ifra, excuse me. Jamie Terkule on P22 and Las Datus on P23. 24th is for Leon Kaldijk and 25 for Las Sol. 26 for Brad Pickett and Tijmen Scheik on P27. And then we have P28 for Raymond Kooi, 29 for Robert Horn, and behind them it's Richard Schouten, Juri Verswijveren, Milan van der Werf, and Arwin Wagemakers on 33. Alright, that was it for the race. I hope you enjoyed it, as I did. And I will say see you next time. See you in Zandvoort for the next 2 races of the NXTGP of the GT3 Cup. I would say have a good evening, everybody, and see you in Zandvoort.